All right, so I have an update here from Cord Cutters News. I'll provide the link for you down below in the description if you would like to check it out on your own. But this caught my attention because this is just more evidence that cable TV is on its way out. Consumers, for many reasons, are no longer interested. A lot of it has to do with the actual content itself. A lot of it is repetitive. It's just not interesting. And then you have to factor in the pricing. There's so much other stuff out there that you can get your hands on for less money, or at least you get the content that you want. You're not paying for content that you don't want. So let's go ahead and take a dive into which supposedly cable TV networks are likely to shut down as soon as March 2025. So that is this month. Now, a lot of this is speculative, this article, it seems like, but I think there's got to be some truth to this. There's got to be some kind of underlying story, that some buzz that maybe they've heard for them to go out and drop these networks' names like this. I mean, we do see percentages in decline for viewership for some of these companies. And then there's also some kind of legal battles going on with many of them, which is why I guess the article is suggesting that their timer, the ticker on their timer is running out. Cable in itself, I think, has a short lifespan left. Many consumers are not interested. They're going to streaming platforms, whether paid or free. And I think that's just how it's going to continue. But let's dive into the 10 networks that are possibly going to be axed starting this month. So we have Disney XD. Looks like they saw a viewership drop of 44% versus 2023. So not good. We have Disney Junior, 37% viewership drop in 2024. Then we have Nick Jr., and it looks like they saw a ratings drop of 39%. So I guess they've been about the same for 2 years now. So it's 2023 and 2024, 39%. So they've just kind of been steadily doing bad for 2 years now. This is the biggest one from the list. Teen Nick, viewership drop of 53% in 2024 versus 2023. Consumers are simply just not interested in the content anymore. All right, so National Geographic Wild, they saw a viewership drop of 29%. And it looks like there's also some competition which could be impacting the viewership. I think Disney Plus is starting to show a lot of this content. So they're just getting it from there, I guess, the streaming service. BET Networks, three channels might be affected. BET Her, BET Hip Hop, and BET Soul could face closure. Then we have MTV channels. There's a few of them, MTV2 and MTV Classic to be named as some of them. And I think with the MTV for sure, I can tell you from my experience, people are not interested. They're saying consolidation and decline is the cause for why these channels may be shut down. How many of you have cable and actually sit and watch MTV? And if you do, it's not for music because they don't play videos anymore. Not really. And a lot of it is just old stuff. You know, with YouTube now, you can go on there and search for any artist music video that you want. And if you have premium, you're enjoying an ad-free experience. If you have pop-up blocker, you're enjoying the same. But I think many would rather pay for premium on YouTube so that they can watch whatever videos they want as many times as they want. You can't do that with music television like MTV. It's just not something you can do. And there's nothing on there to watch anymore. So simply, I get it, why people don't want to pay for it. It's just a waste. Then we have Boomerang facing competition, it looks like, from MeTV or MeTV Tunes, it looks like. Then we have FXX, second tier struggles, they're saying, like, I guess there's a facing decline in viewership, of course. Disney focused on FX content to bolster Hulu subscriptions, raises questions about FXX's long-term viability. And then, of course, they were dropped by Spectrum, so that's not good. Same thing with Freeform here, dropped by Spectrum, which leaves Panic. And so it looks like they're on their way out too. So that's the list of the 10. And I think it's safe to say that these are channels people just don't care about anymore. The only plus of keeping these alive is to have more content to your channel guide lineup. So for companies like Spectrum and Dish Network and DirecTV, more channels means more content, which means more to bolster about and say that you can provide for viewers. Even if they don't watch it, I think it's kind of a mind trick where consumers like to see that they're getting more for their money. And for consumers that sign up for cable, they're more likely the ones that are going to choose to get internet, choose to get their wireless. It's going to mostly be a bundled package type of situation. I don't think any consumer is going to cable just to get cable programming in 2025. I think they have their customers cable, and once those customers decide to cut the cord and leave for whatever reason, could be billing, could be just they are truly uninterested in wising up to the availability of content that is out there, that is going to be it. That is when the lifespan of cable is going to officially run out. Now, to be fair, I do think cable's days are numbered, but I do see a little bit of a change. Like, there's going to continue to be churn. There's going to be downfall of cable TV customers. I think that's going to continue to grow pretty rapidly. We could see a small turnaround here and there, which may allow them to, may buy them some time. And an example would be something like what DirecTV is doing. They're offering, which is actually seems pretty valuable if you ask me. They're offering the best of both worlds. So they're offering some good cable TV channels, and also they're working on getting some popular streaming services like Disney Plus, I think Hulu Plus, Max. So they're doing something smart, and I think other cable TV providers are going to have to follow, like the Dishes and the Spectrums, and I think they're working on it too. But this is the only way I can see cable even surviving for a couple more years, is if you want to continue to shove cable TV in people's faces, you're going to have to give them some streaming packages as well. This is the only way it's fair. This is the only way to keep people interested. And then maybe they'll consider. I still think a lot of people like their freedom. I think a lot of people in 2025, especially the younger generations, like the freedom and flexibility of having streaming services. A lot of times they'll sign up for their favorite show. When that show ends, they'll go to another streaming platform. They'll put the current one on hold, or they'll cancel altogether and just come back when there's a new deal. Maybe they'll wait a year so that they can sign up and take advantage of some new promotion. I think they enjoy doing that. It helps them save money. It helps them get the content that they truly want, as we're just cable TV. You're just going to be flipping. A lot of it is repetitive. A lot of it is not worth paying. But if they add the streaming packages in, you might be able to hook some consumers to watch some of that stuff. And if they don't watch it, maybe they'll sign up for the streaming packages, and they'll let maybe someone in their family watch the traditional cable programs. Maybe it'll be a win-win for everyone in the household. But that is the only way I see this working, and I still think that it won't last very long, because prices are going to continue to rise, and people are going to have to pick and choose what they want. We're even seeing, a decline in a lot of streaming services. Now, sometimes this is churn just because of the current content that is going on, current promotions. Still, ultimately, I think, paid for streaming services still win versus cable TV paid services. But we're also seeing a rise in people just not paying in general. There's a lot of free content out there, which many are choosing to watch as well. So I always talk about that because that is an option for many. If you just don't want to pay for anything, you're not really interested in any of this stuff, but you found yourself on this video and you're looking for a solution to kind of cut the cord from everything. There's plenty of free stuff out there that you can watch. There's lists of them. I've done tons of videos talking about that, and I'll continue to represent those because they're options. They're valid options for family members looking for content and they don't want to pay. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this topic here. Are you going to miss any of these channels? I'm just curious, who watches these? I think in 2025, a lot of this stuff is falling off. Probably out of this whole list here, the only channel I would see myself missing is National Geographic Wild. The rest of them, shut them down. I don't even see any interest in these. Maybe FXX once in a while shows some good stuff. But other than that, I wouldn't miss these channels, but that's just me. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.